Would you like to serve up random, unique coupon codes to your ManyChat subscribers, but also check to make sure they're only getting them once? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'm going to show you that now. All right, let's get this party started. So we're going to talk about how to provide your ManyChat subscribers with random unique coupon codes. And we're going to serve them up, and we're going to actually log who got each code. And we're also going to prevent them from actually getting an additional code. So they can only get one if you want to do that. All right, so let's get started. First off, you have to build a Google Sheet with the codes in it. So what we're going to do is going to go over here, and we got a blank sheet here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put number as the header for column A, and column B is going to be code, and then column C is going to be code used by user ID. If I can just spell there, and then code used by name. All right, so we got 4 columns we're going to put in this spreadsheet. And now we need some codes. All right, we need some codes here. So what I would do is go over to voucherif.io generator, and the link is going to be down in the description. You just go there and you're going to say, okay, how many codes do I want? I want 5,000, and they're going to be 8. The length of the code is going to be 8. So it's going to be a mix of all that stuff. And so we're going to generate those. And you're going to create random codes, and we have 5,000 of them, all of these. So we're going to grab those, and we're going to go and we're going to left click and highlight the first one. And then you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then you're going to hit Shift on a keyboard and then highlight those again. So now they're all highlighted. And then you do Control C to copy them. We're going to go back to our spreadsheet. And so we highlighted this column. But what we're going to do is you're going to hit Shift, or no, you're going to hit Control, and you're going to click on the header. So it deselects the header. And then we're going to do Control V to paste the codes in. And there we go. And we have 5,000 unique codes. There we go, 5,000. I don't know why I have an extra row, but that's okay. I probably could get rid of it. Delete row. There we go. And so now we're going to go back up. And so now we need a key, sequential number, to pull our codes. What we're going to do is we're going to use a bot field to control what code that we're getting. And so what you want to do first is you want to highlight this column and go Format, Number, go to More Formats, Custom Number Format, and pick 0. Right? And we're going to apply. Same thing with this one with the user ID. I would go to Format, Number, More Formats, Custom Number Format, 0, Apply. So now we have them set the way we want them. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to the number field, and we're going to type in a 1, and we're going to type in a 2. All right. So now we have that. And we're going to go back to the number 2. And what you're going to do is you're going to see that little crosshair shows up on that little blue box. You're going to left click on it and hold down, and then you're going to drag. Actually, never mind. Back up. We're going to go back. You're going to have to highlight number 1 and then hit Shift key and highlight number 2. So now you have both of those highlighted. All right. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get the crosshair on that little dot, and then we're going to drag all the way to the bottom. I'm going to show you what it looks like. See, it gives you a sequential number. I'm going to go back, and it's going to take a little time, so I'll come back when we're closer. So you just drag this down until you get down here, and just sit down here while it's going. All right. and I'll come back when we're closer to 5,000. All right, so we're almost there. We're almost there, and we are to the end. There you go. And then let go, and it fills in a sequential number all the way down. So we're all set there. So now we can go back up, and now we have our codes and a key, a way to get them off the sequential number, all set. So now we're going to go back to ManyChat. And here we're going to create 2 bot fields. And so what you want to do is you want to go to settings right here and go to custom fields. And when you come in here first, what you're going to be is you're going to be where it says new user field. We don't want that. We want to go all the way down to where it says new bot field. And you want to create 2 bot fields. I created 2 like this, Z coupon code count. You set it to 0. So what you're going to do, I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to say count field. You're going to pick a number and you're going to put in 0. All right. Oh, put in 0. And then you say create. All right. So now you'd have that. And then you do the same thing for the other one, another field. So what you're going to have is coupon code count. The bot field starts at 0. And then you're going to have coupon code count message or whatever you want to call it. This is actually to check to see how close we are to our max. We have 5,000 codes. So we want to get notified when we get to like 4,900 that, hey, we're running out of codes. You might want to check. And you can pick whatever number you want to get the notification. But we'll show you how to do that. So now you have 2 fields that you need set up. So they're bot fields. As far as user fields, custom user fields, you need 2 of them. One is to store the code once you get it. And another one is to store the code for later. I mean, you could store it in, I stored in 2 of them, and we'll walk through it. I basically use a answer and a for value text, you know, but you can make them more unique. But you want 2 fields. One is to store the code. 2 is the, I'll show you what we're going to use the other one for. So now I have a flow here that we're going to basically build over again. And I'm just going to break this off here. And so this is the first thing. We're just going to say, hey, press the button below to get your code. All right. And then the first thing we're going to do off that button is we're going to create an action. And this action is going to, 1, clear the field that we're going to store the code in. So we're going to put that in value text, or actually clear that. Oh, now what we're doing here is we're going to first check to see if the user has a code. This is the first thing we're going to do. So this is where I'm going to store the code when I'm looking up by user ID. Because remember, over here, we're going to store the user ID and the name of who got the code. So what we're going to do is I'm going to store it in A4 value text. You could say, hey, subscriber already assigned coupon code, whatever you want to call it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear that field so that basically I'm just kind of mimicking this right here. Clear that field so that when I go get it, and what I'm going to do in the second step is I'm going to go to Google Sheets and I'm going to go grab a row by value. I'm going to go to my spreadsheet name. I'm going to go to the one-off codes. If you guys want a little more detail as far as the process of using or interacting Google Sheets or integrating Google Sheets with ManyChat, you can click on the little eye up there. You can go to a video that's going to show you how to do that, or at the end, there's going to be a couple of videos you can watch, but basically it's the same video right up there. When I'm done here, if you're liking this video, like the video, and click subscribe and click the little bell so that you get notified when I upload new videos. But we'll continue on here. So what we're going to do is spreadsheet, the worksheet, and then we're going to look up column. We're going to look up by user ID. All right. And then we're going to use the user ID of the subscriber to look up and see if we have a code. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that code in that A4 value text or whatever field you've decided to hold the code to check. And so what we need to do is we need to put that in a code. So we cleared that field, and we're going to check to see if the person already has a code. Now, if you don't mind giving them multiple codes, you don't do this part. The first two pieces here you would not do. You would just go and process. But what it is we're going to check to see if they already have a code. And then I'm just going to duplicate this condition. Then we're going to check that field that we put the code in. And what it's going to be is we're going to look and say, does A4 value text have any value? And what that looks like is basically you're going to do that. So you pick the field. Let's do this again. We'll just go over here. We pick the field, and then we're going to say has any value. All right. I want to check to see, hey, did they already get a code? This way you can stop them from getting multiple codes. And then I'm just going to duplicate this message. And basically it's just saying, hey, Jeff, you already have a code of this. And then we put a answer or a value. Oh, actually here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put A4 value text, because that's the code we got back of looking it up. Only get one code per peep, or whatever you want to say. All right. And so it has a value. We're going to send that message out because we're not going to give them extra one. If they don't have a code, we didn't find one yet, we're going to do another action off the null. And we're going to do an action here. And this action is going to be to increase. So we're going to set custom field. We're going to go get the bot field, Z coupon code count. And we're going to increase that by 1. All right. So now we increase that by 1. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. And then we're going to go get the row that corresponds to that code. So we're going to do, go back out again. Actually, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to cancel. So basically, I'm going to do a Google Sheet. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go action, Google Sheet action, select action. We're going to go get a row by value. We're going to go to the same spreadsheet, the same worksheet, one-off codes. We're going to look it up by number now. And what we're going to use is we're going to use the bot field coupon code count that we just incremented. So now we're going to go get the code for that user, and we're going to put it in, I'm going to put a answer. So we're going to store it in a different field because the other one is looking up to see if they already have one. This one, we're going to put it in there in a answer. And now we're going to get the code there and there. And so now we're just going to do a message. And so you do whatever you want to do with the code if you're going to display it. But here I'm going to say, here is your code. We put it in a answer. And then I'm just displaying the count when we're counting. I just want to see what the count is. Then what you're going to do is you're going to do another action. And what we're going to do is we're going to update the Google Sheet to tell us who got the code. So we're going to update a row now. And so we're going to pick the sheet again, and we're going to pick the spreadsheet, and then the worksheet is one-off codes. And we're going to look up by code, because if you looked up by number, granted we use the number to get the code, but if we look up by number, somebody else may have incremented this and got their code. And so right now, the only uniqueness we have is the actual code that we got back the first time. And we stored that in a answer, right? So now it's an a answer. And what we're going to do is we're going to update user ID right there. And we're going to update the name, full name, right? Full name like that. So now we're going to update them. And then the last thing we're going to do is, I'm going to duplicate this condition. This condition is checking the coupon code count the greater than equal to the other bot field. So let's do this. I'm going to delete this match, and I'm going to go in here. And so we're going to say Z underscore coupon code count is greater than or equal to Z underscore coupon code count message. And by doing that, we're checking to see if, we're going to get back to the settings here, go back down to the bottom. We're going to check to see if this count is close to this marker. So what we're trying to do is say, hey, and it's going to notify you as an admin is like, hey, your coupon codes are getting used up. You need to check them. You might have to increase and put more in. And so when you get to 4,900, it's going to send out this message to you. So I'm going to connect that. And then if it is greater than or equal to, it's going to send this admin notification. And what that is go to action. You create it, put an action out there. Here, let's do that. Yes, it is. You're going to do an action. You're going to do notify admins. And then you're going to create the message. And I already have that out here, so we'll go over it in a second here. So let's see. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to create a message. Hey, Jeff Kavinsky just used coupon code number, and it's going to be the number that I'm using. You could actually put the code in there. I'm going to say code A answer, which is where we put the code. And so you'll be able to see the code. And then it just says you need to add more codes to the Google Sheet soon. So it's just a warning so that you can keep the codes going and you don't run out. You can put a warning there, I guess, if you ran out. You could tell people, hey, we're out of codes. You can do that as well. But you should keep count. So I'm just going to delete all these things because I just created all these over again. There we go. All right. And so now let's publish this. And we should be good to go. And so we got that. So let's preview it. And let's go to Messenger. And so we got here, let's see, let's get a coupon code. Let's get a coupon code. And so it's working, trying to figure out if we got one or not. And there we go. Here's your coupon code. And it's code number 1. So if we go back here, there you go. I got a coupon code. It's 18D. 18 and D. Yep, I got the right coupon code, and it tells me who got it. So now, if I ran this again, let's see. Let's run it again. And now it should come up and ask me to get the coupon code. But this time, it should tell me I already have one. Hey, Jeff, you already have a code of this. Only get one code per peep. All right. So it found out that I had a code out here already. And I couldn't get another code. All right. So it already says I got a code. Now, let's test this out. Let's see. I'm going to test this out where I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to set this to 0. All right. That's our limit. And so it should trigger. And then the other thing is I have to clear me out. Clear me out of here. So I can't find myself there. All right. So now we have that cleared out. I set my check to 0. It should come back and say, give me a new code, number 1. All right. So we're going to fire it off. Should give me a new code. There you go. I got a new code. But now it's going to say, hey, Jeff, just use this code, number 2, code this. You need to add more codes. So it gave us the warning so that we could go add more codes. All right. So that's how it works. I'm going to go change this back to 4,900. 4,900. And it's all set there. And so that's how this all works. How you're going to be able to get random coupon codes. You're going to look up to see if you want. So if you don't want to check to see they can get multiple codes, you take out this action, this condition, and this message. And you would run this button right to this action right here, where you're going to increase the counter and just go get another code and give them another code. All right. And then you keep this check in here. Down here, you're going to go update the row with the person that got the code. And then you can then check to see if you need to add more codes. Well, that concludes our video for today on how to serve up unique random coupon codes to your ManyChat subscribers. We looked at a few things. One is how to create the Google Sheet with the unique codes and sequence them, put a sequential number on them so that you can use a bot field to pull them out. We also looked at how we can make sure that the ManyChat subscriber only gets one coupon code if you want to use that. We showed how to actually log who got the codes. And then we also showed how to control that you get a message if the codes are getting used up and you're getting close to having them all used up, where you're going to have to add some more. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. I'd be happy to answer them. And as always, like the video, share it across the world, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Click the little bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. Down in the description, I have a link to a great Facebook group, all like-minded people sharing things. Come on and join us. And as always, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.